I've got an update on the planner situation. Me and Ventura thought we would give you an update about what's been going on. I found a Franklin Covey in a thrift shop, and it's really pretty. It's a really pretty leather. It's got a croco finish. I would prefer that it didn't, but it does. It's not leather, but actually looks more like leather than my gray Malden did before I took the finish off. Hang on, my pen just dropped. It is personal size. It has really big rings. I think I measured them about 1 point. No, I don't remember. They're either 1.25 or 1.5, but they are the kind that are, you can take them out with this little hex nut. Is it a nut? I don't know. Screw something. So they are really big, and I've never seen a planner in a thrift shop before. I know a lot of people have, and I was always really jealous. And I happened to find this one randomly at a thrift shop I go to, and it was $10, which honestly I thought was about $8 overpriced. Not because it's not worth $10, but because, you know, most people don't use them, and it wasn't a leather item. And the same day I got this for $10, I got a classic Coach shoulder bag for $6. So, I don't know, pricing at thrift shop is strange. I don't know whether I should do a video about that or not. I'm not really sure. But I do a lot of thrifting. But what I wanted to show you was the binder has 2 pen loops, and they are fairly large. I think one is larger than the other. It has a secretarial pocket and card slots and like an ID section and a pocket back there. And a zip here on another secretarial pocket. And this is the information. It says synthetic material made in China, Franklin Covey. So it's not a Franklin Quest, but I think it's an early Franklin Covey. The zipper works, you know, perfectly. It wasn't even that dirty. I mean, it looked like it hadn't been used for a really long time. There are just so many advantages to a personal size, and when I happened to find this, I was in my Portland, so I just sort of moved over the contents, figuring, well, if it didn't work for me, I would just move back into my Portland or move back into my A5 or whatever it was that I was going to do. But I mean, there's a lot of advantages to the personal size. I mean, the 6-ring layout is standard for so many brands. You have the biggest opportunity for inserts that you could buy at a store. Obviously, they can be made, but, you know, I mean, if you want to just go to Staples, you will find something, no matter what country you're in, that'll fit in this binder. The zipper is kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like nice. I mean, you zip it up and you can just go. It's a little easier to carry extra stuff in a zipper, and there's a lot of room to do it. I mean, this is really large. I mean, the Franklin Quests and I guess the early Franklin Coveys have changeable rings, which some of them do now. Some of the higher end brand, the Vanderspec and the Gilio, you can change the rings, but that's, you know, pretty much it. You know, the other thing is if you use Filofax size pages, there's a lot of room on the sides for whatever you know want to put in here, particularly room for pens. And I mean, the other advantage to buying used is if something is 20 or 30 years old and is still in really pretty good condition, I mean, it's probably going to last another 20 or 30 years. Whereas if you're buying new, it's it's really nice, but you just never know the lasting, how well it's going to wear over time. Whereas something that's already old, you can see how it's worn. Now, the downside of this particular binder, and maybe it's because this is vinyl and not leather, or maybe it's just the design, but these pockets are, this pocket, this zipper compartment is better, well, I'm not going to open it because it's a gusseted pocket, but there's also a zip on the outside, and it's practically useless. I mean, it's impossible to get anything in here. This would have had to been a gusseted pocket for it to work really well, or it had to be leather. I'm not really sure. At first I thought it was because it was a vinyl material, but you know, the Finsburys are leather and the pockets are pretty impossible. Most everything in here is the same, although I'm wanting to redo my kitchen, and I'm thinking about a table in this and the chairs in that, but I actually have a bunch of samples, so trying that out. This is the the flags that I got at Hobonichi. And it comes on this credit card. Did I need it? No, not really, but I've wanted it for a year, and I like it. I really like it more than I thought. I love that the little tabs are translucent, and I love that they are really, some of them are really, really tiny, and even the big ones aren't that big. So I'm going to do a September flip through, and if there's time, I'm also going to do a flip through of the Hobonichi, because I'm actually still using that. So for September, I did pictures on my DIY fish inserts with fall leaves, and I think they came out pretty cute. And I didn't really know what I was going to do for October, so I kind of threw the question out there, and I think I'm doing pumpkins. So this is just a flip through of September. And for October and the end of September, I actually moved to not using daily pages, but doing my lists and my to-do lists and all that kind of writing, and you know, it's sort of like more creative stuff in here. And this is things I want to, appointments that I have to go to, things I absolutely have to get done. I'm just using it differently than I have been. And I don't know, I didn't really think, this restaurant is so good. This is in Cape May. I didn't think that that was going to be something that worked for me, you know, sort of planning with two planners, and I don't really have it worked out. But there's definitely advantages to it I hadn't really anticipated. I can still put information I need to put in the rings, not as conveniently as in my A5, but I can fold letter size sheets in half and put them in here. So it kind of depends on the sort of information that I'm trying to keep. It's the first day. October, what did I say? October today. I couldn't even read my own creative pumpkins. And so that was really September, and this is October, and I started with pumpkins. So this is a Franklin Covey ruler that you can stick things in, and you know what, I'm not going to use those compass sheets, but I really do like putting, I was at the end of September, there was the North American Sea Glass Expo in Cape May, and I went to that, and I got some really pretty bookmarks from some really amazing companies, and that's what's in here, and I just like to look at it, you know. So anyway, well, let me move on to my Hobonichi. So I do the same thing that I've been doing, which is to put, sometimes I put pretty paper under the cover on cover, and in this case I put all kinds of things that I got at the Sea Glass Festival and the hotel. And it's nice, you know, because I don't get sick of the cover. And it's crazy big. I mean, I am a month past it closing. I can't close it anymore. I mean, not really a problem for me. I just have, you know, I mean, a lot of times I used 2 pen loops anyway, which meant it didn't close. But it's just crazy big. I'm actually considering getting the Avec planner because it doesn't have the weekly pages, and it is split, so it's less because it doesn't have the weekly pages, and then it's even less because it's January to June and July to December. So I'm just looking for September here. There we go. Okay, so this is where September started, and I think that this works really good for me. I can keep appointments in here. If there's anything, when I go through that, when I go change the week, I can see what I have to do, and if there's something I have to do on a particular day, I'll write it in here. So it's in 2 places, and my chance of seeing it just doubles. So this is the 4th, and these are my little icons for tracking things. I think you've seen, I don't know if you've seen all this. I think you might have, the dogs and the little notes and stuff that I write. I got the Hobonichi, the clock stamp. I haven't, I tested it, and it works. I mean, I just used a marker. I didn't even use a stamp pad, and it works. I haven't really, you know, done anything beyond just testing it yet. And these are my pen, not my pen tests, my watercolor pencil tests. There's another. What you doing, sweetie? What you doing? Hi. Oh, boy. Okay, so I put all the pictures that I did in here. I actually just print these out on my printer. It's Curio, Bart, Walnut, Dolly and Charisse. Missy and Kennedy. Kennedy is a Oh God. I'm like having a brain snap. Jack Russell. She's got really interesting coloring. This is a recipe I found that is so bad for me, but I so wanted to try it. It's like the Outback blooming onions, only with a loaf of bread. Oh my God. Can you see this? That's just crazy. Oh, here's another one. This is Princess Pretty. She came out nice. And lots of stuff to do. This was right before I went away. People to call, things to do. This is where I stayed when I was away. Dentist appointment. And then I used most of the vacation pages for keeping like information and memorabilia, and I've been keeping the tea that I tried in different places so I know whether I want to buy it again. Yeah, this was really too delicious. More tea. And I think that's it. Whenever I try something new for my skin, I print out a picture of it and put it in here with the price and also like a tab, so I know how long I've been using it and how long it lasted, and I can just judge whether it's working for me and I want to buy it again. So that's kind of it. I'm trying 2 planners for the first time, although using, this more in planning and this more just writing down what I have to do every day and keeping track of the pictures I do and, things like that. I mean, I really want to finish this book. Thinking about getting the one for 2015, but I'm really not, I'm not sure. Oh my God, look at that. That is so crazy fat. I'm not really sure what I want to do, and I'm not really sure what I want to do with this either, because I think, if these pockets like this worked really well, I mean, I could see just zipping this up and going to the store, taking it, and I can take a couple of extra things with me. I mean, it's practically a small purse, but the pockets are kind of not as useful as you would think, particularly these two, and that is important, so I guess that's it, guys. I just wanted to give a sort of September flip through, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much.